Hey Aquarius, thanks for checking out your love and romance reading for November 2021. This is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're setting the intention for November 2021, but this might pop up in your recommended, or you may stumble upon it at some other time. So you're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it, whenever you're meant to hear the messages in it. But we're going to see what's coming up here for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and what messages are coming up for you for love and romance. Every week, I do weekly forecasts where we talk about everything other than love. Once a month, I do a love reading, and that's what this is right here. So first card coming up for Aquarius is the Knight of Swords. This could be you in your glorious air sign energy. You may be the Knight of Swords in the situation. You could be dealing with another air sign, right? Another Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. Now, the Knight of Swords traditionally is going to indicate that we're dealing with somebody here where there might be some argument or some kind of drama. If you're coming into this reading from a continued energy from last month's reading for Aquarius, you guys had a really powerful love reading for last month's reading. So if that came to be true for any of you, and if you're coming in from that energy from the previous month, the Knight of Swords is giving me a sense or a feeling that there can be maybe a little bit of power struggle here with this person. They may be kind of like afraid of losing you, or they might be kind of a little bit opinionated. There could be something here maybe where you're finding yourself having to set a boundary with them. If, you know, put that aside, put last month aside, Knight of Swords in general can just be a situation where you're dealing with someone that might be pushing their way, right? Maybe it's you. Maybe you've made up your mind about something and you're not backing down. But the Knight of Swords can indicate, in this case, I'm sorry to say, it feels to me like a very steamrolling kind of energy. I don't normally pull clarifiers in the videos that I do on YouTube. I'll pull clarifiers when I'm doing private readings, but I'm feeling like I want to pull clarifiers here around this Knight of Swords. So please show us clarifier 1. Please show us clarifier 2. Please show us clarifier 3. Alrighty, my dear. So we've got here Queen of Cups. Maybe some of you are like, it's time to put a ring on it, or I want a baby, or whatever it might be. Oh, holy cannoli. Here we are. Here it is. Some of you are maybe in this a place of commitment. Ooh! 2 of Pentacles. All right, Aquarius. Maybe some of you are setting down a boundary with a person, like, it's time to commit. It's time to put a label on things. It's time. What are we doing here? It's time to figure this out, okay? So there could be a sense here with, because Queen of Cups typically is seen as like marriage, spouse, mother, right? We have here the Hierophant, which is commitment, marriage, traditional values. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus. This could be coming up to signify a Taurus. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles, and 2 of Pentacles is going to indicate here the need for playfulness, the need for balance. Sometimes it can be seen in a love reading as like somebody's balancing or going back and forth between 2 relationships. But I don't feel like you're dealing with someone that's going back and forth between 2 relationships. You might have somebody, Aquarius, coming to you that doesn't want you to be in this relationship, this newer relationship. Somebody from the past might be resurfacing. And some of you are trying to figure out what you want to do, where this other person stands. Are they serious about you? This person from the past is saying they're serious about you. Should you go back to the person in the past? So some of you might be trying to figure out what you want to do, Aquarius. But I don't necessarily feel like a third-party situation with this present person or new person coming in. But I do feel like you're trying to figure out, what is this? What are we doing? Where is this going? Am I wasting my time? And you could be dealing with somebody who's like initially not giving you a straight answer. Now, for some reason, the Two of Pentacles is giving me a feeling or a sense that if you are in this situation, the reason why you're getting this hold up, they're trying to figure something out financially. Right? They're trying to figure out something financially, and they don't want to make any big steps or big decisions until certain financial goals are met or certain things in their career are worked out or figured out. But Aquarius, I feel like you don't have the time or the patience for it. I feel like you almost don't even care. You're like, I don't care where your finances are at. I don't care what title you have in your career. You know, you can keep working on that stuff. You can figure that out later. But in the meantime, what in the heck is this, right? That's the feeling and the vibe that I'm feeling here. It's like there's a need for, and I'm saying commitment, but I don't feel like this is someone, I really have to stress this. Obviously, this is a general reading, so it's not going to be 100% for 100% of you. But I don't feel this is someone that's out there sleeping around. So when I say commitment, I don't mean that they're just out there acting a fool and jumping into bed with everybody. But I just kind of feel like you might feel that it's not clear to you, or you're not sure, or you're like, I want the next step. I want to meet families. I want to meet friends. I want to have a title. I want to have that on Facebook or Instagram in a relationship with. Like, so when I talk about commitment, I feel like maybe like an official title is what I'm trying to say. But I don't necessarily feel this is someone who's like playing around or has a bunch of partners or anything like that. The next card that's coming up here is the Wheel of Fortune. So again, Major Arcana. Now we have the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune. We've got Major Arcana cards coming in back to back. This tells me there's a significant past life connection. There could be some karma that you're working through from past lives or old agreements that no longer serve you. And so, Aquarius, some of you are dealing with a person who's come into your life or who came into your life, and like I said, I just feel there's a strong focus on material things for this person. And so maybe they've done very generous things for you, or they're doing very generous things for you. They're buying you presents, they're taking you out, they're you know, giving you like this sense of luxury and generosity, and it's been great and you're enjoying it, but you're like, wait a minute now though, like, am I just, you know, arm candy here? Am I just some trophy that you're parading around? Thank you for the generosity, thank you for all the fancy stuff, I sure do appreciate it, but where in the heck is this going, right? I'm thinking about marriage or living together or family. Where is this going? And so with the Wheel, I feel, Aquarius, that you're in this energy where you're ready to move on one way or another. You're in this energy of, are you going to step up and give me what I need? And if you're not, that's cool, that's fine. I'm going to find it elsewhere. Because the feeling I'm feeling with the Wheel is like you're like, you feel in your heart, you feel in your soul the kind of relationship and the kind of connection that you want and that you deserve. And I feel, Aquarius, like in your heart, you feel and you know it's coming. Like you just feel like this is the time. It's supposed to happen now. So either you're going to step up, or you're a false alarm and I don't have any more time to give to you. Let me get you out of the way. Let me get you out of my energy so that I can be ready for this person, because they're going to be here any second. I feel it. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my soul. This is the time now for my person. Are you my person or are you not my person? I'm good either way. That's the feeling I'm feeling from you, Aquarius. Now, the Wheel is also a card that comes up when we're getting unstuck. Maybe we were blocked for a really long time, and maybe we were stagnant for a really long time. But when the Wheel of Fortune comes, it's like the wheel of fate is turning in your favor. You're getting unstuck, you're moving forward, and you're not giving time to waiting around. Maybe you've done this in the past. Maybe you have actually like a pattern or a cycle that you look back and you're like, oh gosh, I wasted 2 years on that person. I wasted 4 years on that person. I went back and forth with that person. You're done waiting. You're done waiting. And as much as you love the attention and the passion and the compliments and the generosity, as wonderful as it is, it's not going to be enough to make you jump through hoops or wait around for this person to move forward in the way you're wanting them to move forward. Sometimes that happens in relationships. People think that they can, impress us, and if they're spending money on us or doing these things for us, that we're just going to stick around and we're going to wait because we're like, oh, I want this good life, right? And you're like, it's all nice, it's all wonderful, thank you, but I can also take care of me. I'm not looking for a sugar mama or a sugar daddy, so are you going to give me what I want emotionally, or am I moving on? That's how I feel in your energy. Like, you're not even going to think twice about it. You're not even going to be sad. You're not even going to stop to cry. And I feel this person is looking at you like with their jaw dropped on the floor, because they're like, but we have this crazy connection. We have this intense passion. I'm so romantic with you. And I do all this stuff for you. Like, are you serious right now? And you're like, yep, sure am. Like, you're ready to go. You're not playing games, Aquarius. You're not playing games. That is for sure. Your next card that's coming up here is the King of Cups. See that? Now, I know you're an air sign. You're not a water sign. But we are talking about emotions in the realm of emotion, right? And just because you're an air sign, it doesn't mean that you might not have a water placement. It doesn't mean that you're not looking for emotional or emotional intimacy or emotional connection, right? You're a human being with a heart and a soul, and so you're looking for that soulful emotional connection. And so the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups traditionally in tarot are seen like husband and wife, mother and father. So maybe some of you are wanting a sense of family, but more than likely, I think for the majority of you, it's not necessarily having a family, but more so like that emotional intimacy, the emotional connection, and somebody who is an equal to you, or who is like you, right? Because we have a king and a queen here, so they're at the same level, right? They're at an equal level. But we also have the king and the queen of the same suit, which is the cups. So somebody who you can relate to, somebody who is like you. Maybe you're looking for another you, essentially, right? And this is something that you're looking to call in, or you're looking to manifest. I just feel like you want that emotional connection. And the king and the queen here coming up makes me feel like you might be very specifically focused on marriage. If you are married, you may be letting your person know, or your partner know, that the current marriage is not the marriage you signed up for, or the current marriage is not the marriage that you deserve. And so there might be something here where you're the one coming forward, like, this is how it has to be. Pisces had something very similar. So I'm interested how many of you might have a Pisces placement, or might be dealing with a Pisces where there's boundaries being decided. But I'm getting a similar message for you guys that I got for them, which was like, you have this attitude of like, you act like you want me to stay, you act like you don't want to lose me, but yet you're not stepping up the way I need you to step up. And I'm not going to say it again. I don't have time to waste here. I'm not getting any younger. And it's not going to be enough for you to come in and, straighten up for a little while, and then once things are all dandy and wonderful again, to just sweep everything under the rug and go back to the old ways. I'm not going to tolerate that, right? You and Pisces have a very similar vibe here in your readings. So I'm curious what that might be for some of you. But I just feel like you're looking for emotional intimacy, emotional connection, commitment, marriage, right? Traditional commitment. It's not enough for you to have somebody that's being really generous or really passionate. You're like, the passion's wonderful, but the passion isn't necessarily love. And I'm not ready to sacrifice love for passion. I'm not ready to sacrifice love for material gain. Okay, so I feel like you guys feel in your spirit, you feel in your heart, this is my time for my person. I know they're coming now. I feel in my heart they're coming now. And I don't want to be, caught up here in a relationship that's not satisfying me. And miss my opportunity for my person. I'd rather be single. I'm not interested in holding on to you until something better comes along. You better get out of the way and make room. I feel it's time for my person. You guys are very, very firm in that energy, Aquarius. I feel that very strongly. Your next card that's coming up here is the Ace of Cups. This is soulmate. This is true love. This is emotionally fulfilling situations, emotionally satisfied. True love, soulmate, a sense of home, a sense of contentment, right? And this is what you guys are ready for. There can be an element with the Ace of Cups of like reconciliation, like working through an issue or working through a problem. So I do feel that for those of you that you are setting a boundary with this person or you're making it clear, I feel like they're coming back at you with this big old Ace of Cups. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to do better. Sorry, I've been distracted. Sorry, I've been focused on other things. Sorry, I've been in that Two of Pentacles energy and I haven't had the right work-life balance. But here I am. I'm stepping up. I'm showing you my love. I'm giving you my love. So Aquarius, some of you are flat out telling this person, I understand you might have a different love language than me, and I can appreciate that, but I do need you to express love to me in a way that I understand, in a way that resonates with me, in a way that I need to feel it. So even though your love language might not be what I'm asking you to do, you got to be a little bit bilingual here. You got to pick up a little bit of my language. And you got to step up in the way I need you to step up. I just feel that this is something so non-negotiable for you. And I feel this person is stepping up and they are giving you this love. Some of you might be cutting somebody loose because they're not getting it together. They're not figuring it out. But that Ace of Cups is coming in so quickly because you're making a statement to the universe. I will not tolerate toxic energy. I will not tolerate disrespect. I will not tolerate anybody who is giving me the runaround. Right? I deserve to be loved. I'm ready to be loved now. And the universe is responding to that and saying, all right, honey, here you go. Here's your Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a really special card for me also. You guys might have heard me say this in previous readings, those of you that watch my videos regularly. One of the things that I've noticed over time reading for people, Ace of Cups tends to come up for me in my readings. I see Ace of Cups come up a lot of the times when there's a karmic shift occurring. Sometimes we go through karmic cycles where we have the same thing happen to us again and again, right? We end up with the same jerky boss, or we date the same terrible person, or we just keep having the same situation happening again and again, no matter how many times we switch jobs or find a new partner. It's just the same old story, and we get stuck in that pattern or in that cycle. When I see the Ace of Cups, you're at that enough is enough moment. Like, you're at that moment where you're like, you know what, universe? I have learned my lesson. I know what the red flags are. I know what to look out for. I'm never falling for this mess again. Life is too short. I want to be happy. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not doing this anymore, right? I want to be happy. And we disconnect from whatever's been making us miserable. And then the universe says, awesome, wonderful. Aquarius is awake now. Aquarius now has their eyes open, and they no longer need these painful experiences to poke them to wake up. Now that they're awake, they're ready to learn through love, support, laughter, creativity, accomplishment, success, all the wonderful things. The same way in school, there are some teachers all the kids dread and they hope they don't get that teacher. And there's some teachers all the kids are like, oh God, please let me be in that teacher's class this year. Please let me get that teacher this year. It's the same grade, it's the same subjects, but one teacher makes learning grueling and miserable, and the other teacher makes it fun and exciting. So when I see Ace of Cups, you get to go in the fun and exciting class. You get to go into where the lessons are coming in through joy instead of pain. You're done with pain. You've had enough of it. You don't want any more of it. You've had the hard knock lessons. In Aquarius, some of you would even joke about it. Oh, you know, I've got this stubborn head. My guides need to smack me around. They, you know, I go through the school of hard knocks, right? No more. No more, no more, no more. You're ready to be happy, and you're ready to have these positive experiences, this true love, this emotional fulfillment, this emotional satisfaction, right? Emotional intimacy. Your next card that's coming up here, my dears and my darlings, is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands can sometimes indicate that we're defensive or we're scared about letting somebody in. And that might be happening with this person. You're like, are you gonna waste my time like people before you, right? Or somebody new is coming in. You're like, should I not? In that instance, I have to tell you this. Allow your experience to be your guide. You, honey, when the Nine of Pentacles, when the Nine of Wands comes up, there's nothing new under the sun anybody can come at you with. You've already seen it. You've already been through it. You know every manipulation. You know every lie. You know every little dirty trick in the book. Pay attention. If you're coming across someone and you're like, wow, this really reminds me of that one boss that was always lying to me. This really reminds me of that one ex I had who could not be faithful to save their life. This one person really reminds me of that one cousin who was nice to my face, but then was always talking about me behind my back and trying to turn people against me. Pay attention to little things like that that pop up in your head. That's your intuition sniffing the energy out and telling you, Aquarius, we've already been in that class. We've already had that lesson. We don't need to have it again. It's not you being judgmental. It's your experience reminding you, oh, okay, we don't need to give this person time. We don't need to get involved with this person or this situation. Pay attention to that. And then you won't waste your time with people that you don't like or that are gonna disappoint you. Pay attention to what your intuition is telling you. Pay attention to what your experience is telling you. Nine of Wands can also indicate you're very close to the finish line and you have to protect what you have worked for. So don't let anybody gaslight you or try to tell you, oh, well, my circumstances are really difficult right now. And, it's just really hard for me. Okay, that's fine. If your circumstances aren't aligning with what I'm trying to do, then maybe it's not meant for me to continue with you, right? Nine of Wands can indicate having to protect what you're building, having to protect what you're working very hard for, and like standing that ground, right? A lot of you have been doing a lot of healing, a lot of clearing. A lot of you have come a really long way and you're not interested in sitting around and waiting. You just aren't. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to sit around and wait. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign if this is none of the above for you. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week, my dears. I keep saying that because I do the weekly forecasts. Have a lovely month if you don't check out the weekly readings, if you come back for your December love reading. But for those of you who check out the weeklies, I'll see you all in the weeklies. Take care, my